and out Woody comes, so we can shut that down at night once it starts getting really cold, below freezing. It's not too bad at the moment, but there's Woody. During the winter, Woody will perch quite high because obviously the lower he is, the colder it is, so he knows up there is the best place in the winter. In the summer he's always sitting on there. So there's Woody's little safe haven. He's got his little aviary there, and I pull this little string and that lifts up. That lifts up his hatch there, so he can go in and out to the mews. I'll leave that open during the night, but once it starts getting below freezing, then we'll be sort of shutting him in, because what you don't want is cold drafts. That's the worst thing for the hawks, is the cold draft. He's having a funny day today. We've done this so many times, but today he seems to be a little bit on edge, and that's sometimes when the weight is up a little bit, is a bit like that. So we're going to have a little way up. I'm going to lift him off again in a minute, but I'm just sorting these jesses out. Always try to weigh in the same way every single day. Step. Pop Woody on. Okay, for our way of weighing is no hood. I used to weigh with a hood on, but that's okay, as long as you know what they're losing each day. The weight doesn't actually matter so much, it's what they're going up and down. So I'll just take the weight off the jesses, and I can see that he's about the same as he was, maybe slightly heavier when he caught a pheasant. Right Woody, do you want to go out? We just weighed Woody, and his weight is just a little bit higher than it was when he caught the pheasant a couple of 3 days ago, but his weight is on the drop, so it was an ounce heavier after eating quite a bit of pheasant and chick. So because his weight now is on the drop, although his weight is slightly heavier than his flying weight, ideal flying weight, because that weight is dropping now, Woody will feel that coming off naturally. So today he should be a little bit eager, even though it's slightly higher, if that makes sense. So Woody's flying weight now is a good ounce heavier than when we first started 8 weeks ago, and today he's just slightly heavier than his ideal flying weight, but as I say, his weight is now on the drop, so it's decreasing rather than staying stable, so he can feel that weight dropping off. So he should be still keen today, even though he's slightly higher in weight, if that makes sense. What we're going to do today is just take the 2 dogs out, have a little walk up the lane, just so my little patterdale's had a walk, and then I'm going to take Willow out, and she's going to see if she can do a bit of pointing in the wood, see if we can find a pheasant. Give Woody a fly, so when he's out flying he will burn weight quicker than just sitting around here. So we can take him out on a fairly long flight this morning, and he'll probably lose, in flying, he'll probably burn off the equivalent of 1 day old cockerel. And if I didn't fly him, I would say probably one day old cockerel would maintain that weight. Maybe he would drop off a bit. He's probably maintaining his weight on 1.5 chicks a day, but we get him out flying today and he could consume probably 3, which shows you what the difference is when you're flying the hawk. Flying him quite hard as well. He does quite a lot of flying, unless he catches earlier on, and then of course we go back to the same cycle of having to reduce that weight down a bit. But as time's going on now, he's just getting more steady and we're increasing the weight. If the hawk doesn't respond this morning and he's slow to return and not loyal, then I'll have to drop that weight down a bit more, maybe knock 1/4 of an ounce off, and then see how he is. If he's responding well after that, then I'll take it up again. If today at this weight he's responding well, then I might just increase 1/8 to 1/4 as we go. But by the end of the season, his response should be as it was at a lower weight, but maybe 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces heavier, which sounds a lot, but if you're doing it every single day like we are, it's more about being familiar for Woody. Weight, manning, it's all about being familiar rather than weight drop. So there's a balance. There's a balance between food and manning for sure. The more manning you do, the higher in weight they can be. The less manning you do, the lower they need to be. That's not set science. You just need to have a look at the hawk and just really see how they're responding. So if you're new to flying Harris hawks, it all seems a little bit strange at first, but if you keep doing it, after a while it becomes almost second nature. Plus by the end of the season, the weight tolerance up and down is a lot more than what it can be at the beginning of the season. We can fly in lighter or higher. So if we're flying towards the end of the season, flying Woody lighter is like a Ferrari, and you can compare it, not as fast as a Goshawk, but their attitude and drive increases, so things start to really happen. Or you can take your hawk out at a higher weight and they start just fluttering around and going off and not being very loyal. So there is quite a balance between getting a loyal hawk and one that's south hunting. So I fly Woody at very loyal weights, and I'll also fly him when he's eaten, when he's had a catch the next day as the season goes on and he's not so loyal, and he might go off. I might have to be following him, but that's not what you want, because if you're following your hawk, that's when you could lose a young hawk, so you've got to be very careful. But Woody, he is loyal and he's comfortable. You can just see by the way he is there, sitting there. He's he's got all that air between his wings. He's comfortable. When they're not happy, you'll see them tighten right up, and they pull all their feathers in, and that's because they're ready to fly, because they don't want to be flying with all this air in their feathers. It's not what you want, because the surface area hasn't got that wing structure. So at the moment he's just sitting like that. When he's out hunting, he pull all his feathers in tight and they look a lot smaller, and that's what happens when you first get your hawk and they're uncomfortable. They're all tight, feathers all in, so they're ready to bait. But they're a lovely hawk to have if you look after them and give them what they need. Yeah, they're good, but you just need to put a lot of time in all these things. I know people say Harris hawk's a beginner's hawk, but I don't actually think that personally, and they're a hawk that deserves the status of being a good hawk. And like I've said before, these hawks can hunt from the soar off your fist and following on. They do so many things, and when you get them right and fit, they're absolutely tremendous. So like I say, I don't like hearing that they're a beginner's hawk, because should any hawk be called a beginner's hawk? I don't think so, really. They may be slightly more tolerant, but I think if you don't want a Harris hawk and you want something else, get something else and get the best out of that. But the fact that people call them beginners hawks is probably why there's so many about that are not flown, and that's not a good thing. If I had more room, I think I'd have a rescue centre, but that wouldn't be a good idea. He went for a pheasant there. Not sure if you heard it, but job to see. Giddy up, Willow. Giddy up. Where is he? Giddy up. Well done, Woody. Well done, old mate. Right, we're going to have to move Woody on again now. So I'm going to pop his hood on again. Look at that keenness he's got there. No messing about. Come on. Before I'm going to remove Woody's hood and pop him in that tree. Sometimes make your betchings a little bit too small, and the hawk's not really bothered when they're slightly higher in weight. Often get pheasants sitting behind these fence lines. If Woody's in the right place, we might get a flight across there. But so it doesn't always happen where you're going to get. You took my head off then, Woody. Doesn't always happen where you're going to get your flights you want, but you just got to try these things. Go on, go find them. Where are they? Hey, go on, find them. Go on, get in there. Where are they? willow. There we go. Keep old Woody. All yours. Well done, old mate. Well done. Yeah. I've just moved the hawk and the pheasant. So we just sit here now, have a few minutes before we make our way back. Willow, come here. Oh, have a minute, eh? Okay, time for a trade-off. I've got this bag I use. I could do it without the bag, but this is just to stop the dog also going for the pheasant, especially my little patterdale. So we're going to get Woody up on the fist. So there's Woody up on the fist. Quickly secure him. Now ideally get the pheasant in the bag before Woody's finished that bit of food. So that's the pheasant away. Now we're back on the same cycle. Woody's weight is going to be up, and then we're going to slowly bring it down. But just as I said, pheasants get along these edges, and sometimes they run along the edge and then go to the other edge rather than fly off. They will stay put. So there was a bunch of them there, so there was a mugging. Didn't get a flight on it, but Woody don't care. It's only me that wants to see a flight. So you see a little bit of sort of sport. So you see a little bit of a flight from the hawk, but that's not what he wants. So not quite as big a crop as the last one, but still a fair sized crop he's got on him there. So when I weigh Woody tomorrow, he's going to probably put on another 1.5 ounces. So what I could have done if I wanted to, if I was definitely going tomorrow somewhere and I wanted him to be very loyal, I could have reduced the intake there to roughly the size of a golf ball, but he's probably got 2 size golf balls there, which is enough to put his weight up. Maybe he'll be an ounce heavy tomorrow. I have flown him like that towards the end of seasons, but I won't probably fly him tomorrow like that, because I don't think he's going to be as loyal as he might be as we move into February. But I'm sure personally I could fly this hawk tomorrow, and I know I'd get him back, but I'm not going to do that. So where I normally hunt 7 days a week, this week we've had 2 quite big fields, so I've actually had a couple of days off. Well, not a bad thing. It's very tiring. Woody's also could do with a chill out now and again, I'm sure. And tomorrow being Saturday, I think we'll and tomorrow being the weekend, I think I'll have a little chill out. I've got a few things to do. So again, thanks for watching. Enjoy your falconry. I wish you all success with your new hawks. I know people have been messaging me with excitement and getting new hawks coming up soon, and some have already got them, and some people doing really well. So again, I wish you all success with your falconry, and from me and Woody, we'll see you next time. Let's go home, Woody.